welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. My name is Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today, which is all about cozy mysteries and romance books. And today I'm talking about my January wrap-up. Okay, so I am going to split this up, so there won't be all 30 whatever books in this video because this is just going to be my cozy mystery and my kids' books because I have really been in the nostalgia mood lately, so I've been reading some kids' books as well. So you will see that in this wrap-up. And let's just get started. We're talking about my cozy mystery January 2025, holy moly, wrap-up in 3, 2, 1, go! As always, don't forget to hit the like, subscription, notification bell. All three of those help us out tremendously in the algorithm. Support is absolutely free. It costs nothing to hit those, and it means so much because I'm just having the best time. Okay, now let's talk about these books because the first one is part of the Baker Street Cozy Mystery Series. This is on my SAS list. Number 2, Murder is a Piece of Cake by Valerie Burns. I love this series. Maddie is such a fun character, and I love Baby so much. He is a 200-pound mastiff and adorable. He's just absolutely adorable. In this one, our girl Maddie is a social media expert, and she inherited her great aunt or her aunt's bakery. I can't remember if it's her aunt or her great aunt. Her great aunt Octavia's bakery. And there's going to be this spring baking competition, and Maddie is not the most equipped baker. She never baked before any of this happened, but she needs to do well in this competition to keep Baby Cakes, which is the name of Octavia, her great aunt Octavia's bakery, going well. Well, not only is this festival going on, which it's just bringing a lot of pressure to Maddie to perform, but also there is a new person in town that's going to be starting a bakery. And this person is very shrewd and known for being very someone who would sabotage other businesses that get in his way, that sort of thing. He also has a tie with somebody in the book, which you will see. And unfortunately, he ends up dead, which doesn't look good for Maddie. So she is going to figure out what's going on. Again, love this. And I love the side story with Baby. We have Baby falling in love. And it's so cute. It's so cute. Check this out. I gave this 5 cups of coffee. I absolutely loved it. Next up, I read Murder in a Scottish Garden. This is book 2 in the Scottish Shire Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Tracy Hall. I gave this 3 cups of coffee. Really enjoyed this one. So our main character, Paisley, she owns Cashmere Crush, a yarn shop in Scotland, and with her son, I was trying to say his name, Brody, and they have a little Scottish Terrier. It's so cute. Wallace. And I'm mixing up series now. And it also features her grandpa. Her grandpa is so funny. I love that character. He's like a curmudgeon, grumpy old man. I just love him. I love him. Well, in this one, out of nowhere, Paisley's landlord is evicting her and then kind of goes missing. Just nowhere to be found to kind of address the situation. And Brody's school is going on this field trip, and they're going to these garden estates, and this is family members to the landlord that went missing. So Paisley thinks if she volunteers and does like a parent volunteer and gets to go on the field trip, that she might run into Sean, the landlord that she's looking for, to try to work out a deal. So she goes. Well, she doesn't find Sean, but she does find a dead body. Actually, she sees a dead body fall out, get shot and then fall out of some shrubs or within the garden. And so she's going to figure out what's going on because she just can't help herself. All with the other lovable things about this series. And this series is great on audio. Very, very good on audio. The narrator does a fantastic job. Again, 3 stars, and I definitely will continue the series. Next up, I read number 3 in the Coffee Lovers Cozy Mystery Series, Live and Let Grind. This is by Tara Lush. Love this. Gave it 4 cups of coffee. Oh my gosh. This series takes place in Devil's Beach, Florida. And our main character, cannot remember any names today. Lana, she owns Purgatory. I did remember Purgatory because that's a great name for a coffee shop and a play on Devil's Beach, Purgatory. I see what you did there. I love the puns. Okay, so in this one, oh my gosh, our main character, Lana, her kind of new neighbor, Gus, was constantly using a leaf blower, like all hours of the night, all hours of the day, using a leaf blower. And the neighbors are fed up with this. It's loud, it wakes them up, it's at inappropriate times. And so they confront him, and he is a big jerk about it and was like, I don't care. I'm going to do it if I want to. Well, his time with his leaf blowers ended, as well as his life. And Lana's going to figure out what's going on. I really love this series. Lana's dad is a hoot. I love her love interest, Noah. I really enjoy him. And I also really like her best friend, Erica, who causes a lot of trouble, but there's just something about her I absolutely love. I think she's fierce and loyal, and this series has been so much fun. I'm so glad I found it. Like I said, takes place in Florida, which I love. 4 cups of coffee. Can't wait for the next one. So I mentioned the nostalgia books I was reading. I read the 9th book in the Sleepover Friends, because it's not a cozy mystery series. First one I read was the 9th book in the Sleepover Friends. No more sleepovers, Patty. I'm not going to really talk about this book. I gave it 3 cups of coffee. I read this series, and I loved this series as a child. Patty may be moving. That's what I'll say about this one. So is Patty not going to be able to join any more sleepovers? I don't know. Read the book. Next up was a favorite of the month. This was a cozy mystery series recommended by my good friend Cation Peach, who is a cozy mystery expert, but also knows me so well and what I like. And she recommended this, and so I knew I'd love it. And I did. I gave this probably 6 cups of coffee. Claws of Death. This is the first book in the Fatal Food Festival cozy mystery series by Kathy Wiley. Our main character is so likable. She's got flaws. She's realistic. She's not perfect. She is a recovering alcoholic, and when she was in active addiction, she had a very prestigious job as a TV judge for food competitions, or not competitions, but for food shows. And she, through her active addiction, loses kind of all of that, her career along the way. She's now in recovery. She's working a program, doing everything, all those things, but she also wants to rebuild her career. So she knows she has to start from the ground up, and she's going to do that by going and judging food festival competitions. This series, I hope it is not over. I hope it goes for a very long time, because wow. So in the first book, we're in Texas, and there's going to be crab food festival. And so she's judging a not necessarily crab cake, but a crab food competition. And her ex-boyfriend Benji is in the competition, and then one of the judges, her name is Heather. They all 3 have some history, some good, some bad. Like I said, Benji is an ex-boyfriend. Heather was on the circuit with her as a judge, and Heather has always rooted for her to fail. Not rooted for her to, rooted for her to fail. She was happy about, our character kind of losing the things that she had. And so they obviously have a very prickly history. Well, Heather also did something to damage the relationship between Benji and our main character. And she, while judging the competition, something happens to her. She ends up dead. So this does not look good for Benji, and it does not look good for our main character, who is going to sleuth out the murderer. And it was 6 cups of coffee all the way. I can't wait. Like I said, each book is not only a different festival, but a different state. I can't wait. This might be one of my favorites of the year. Next up is another nostalgia book. I loved Judy Blume as a kid. I can't say that enough. I read Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. I gave this 3 cups of coffee. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was just such a good time to revisit. Next up, I read A Fatal Feast at Bromsford Manor. This is the first book in the Food and Spirits Cozy Mystery series by Darcy Hannah. I'll put it right here. I don't think that I'm the target audience for this. It's just very paranormal, which it says right in the description. So this is totally on me. I thought I would still give it a shot. So our main character, Bunny, I was trying to think. I knew she had a name that was like, Bunny, she gets hired for a food and spirits. So they're going to travel to different places and try to like conjure spirits through meals that Bunny would be cooking as an executive chef. But like I said, I mean, totally paranormal. So the fact that it's too paranormal is totally on me. If you like, especially this, like, it was like in England and they were at an old, like, mansion-y type place, and there's lots of history and lots of paranormal, you need to check this series out. You will love it. Next up, I read the first book in the Madeline series, and I am definitely going to continue this because I did not remember that there were other books. I might have read a few of the other ones, but I definitely didn't read all of them. I'll put it up right here. If you don't love Madeline, you should, or if you don't know about Madeline, you should totally check her out. This is by Ludwig Bimmelmans. I hope I'm saying that right. And I was just, oh gosh. Madeline is just adorable. I can't say enough. It's just adorable. I read another nostalgia book, Freckle Juice. This is by Judy Blume. Oh, Freckle Juice. I remembered this book exactly from when I was a kid. I gave this 3 cups of coffee now. It was so cute. I think probably when I was a kid, I probably would give it a 5-star. It's just so fun, and I can totally see kids doing this. I could totally see myself doing this as a kid. I just loved it. I love everything about it. Next up, I read book 1 in the Mall Cop Cozy Mystery series, Die Buying. This is by Laura De Silverio. Hope I'm saying that name right. This was on my Help Me Pick My 25 to start in 2025. It's not on my 25 list, but hear me out. We listen and we don't judge. I'm gonna say this from now on. It was available on audio, so I grabbed it. That's it. That's all I can say. I gave this 3 cups of coffee. I'll read number 2, but I'm not sold on this series. So our main gal, Emma, she is a mall cop. She was in the military and hurt her knee, I think it was. She injured her leg, and I'm pretty sure it was her knee. And she has been applying for police positions in her area, but because of her injury, she hasn't been getting callbacks, but she is doing security at the mall. And there is a reptile pet store at the mall, and somebody sets loose all of the reptiles in the mall. And what I really loved about this is they made the mall feel like a small community within itself. There were regular mall walkers. Emma knew the different people who worked at different stores, and I loved that feeling and how that was created. So while they're searching for all of these reptiles that are missing, including a 15-foot python, they are looking everywhere, and there's a mannequin display where the mannequin turns out to be a corpse. Yeah. Like I said, I will read number 2, not totally sold on it, but I did think it was fun. Next up, I read number 4 in the Berry Basket series. It was called Mulberry Mischief. This is by Sharon Farrow, and this is becoming one of my favorite series. I gave this one 5 cups of coffee. So it is autumn, it is fall, and this really eccentric lady around town, like, they call her the lake lady because they always see her out at the lake staring. She approaches Marley, our main gal, and she's like, can you order me as many elderberries as you can get? Or mulberries. Sorry, I don't know why I said elderberry. Mulberry. She asked if she can order her bunch of mulberries. And Marley's like, why? And the lady's like, well, it's really none of your business, but for protection. And she's like, protection from what? And she's like being really standoffish and very mysterious about what she needs protection from and why she needs these mulberries. But we don't normally need to ask why somebody wants something if they're willing to pay for it. So Marley's gonna get her the mulberries, and she wants a ton. Well, that leads into, while she's delivering it, something happens and we find a dead body. That dead body ends up it's a male, has a relationship with our main cow, the lake lady. Well, the lake lady has now gone missing. So the man dies on the lake lady's property. Marley had gone out to deliver mulberries. I think that's when she found the body, but she finds the body. He'd been shot with an arrow. And And then Letitia, the lake lady, is missing. And Marley's like, what in the heck is going on? Well, there's a health fair going on in town, and there's some very prestigious people there, and they have ties in. The story that Sharon wrote was absolutely incredible. I loved it. All the detail and how it all winds together. Amazing. 5 cups of coffee. Love this. I can't wait to read the last one in the series. I'm so sad that there's only 5 in this series because, like I said, this is becoming one of my favorites. Marley owns a berry shop. It's everything berry. I love that. She goes to farmers markets. She lives in an area where there's a bunch of berry farms. But when I say everything berry, it could be food, so salsa and syrups and jams and jellies, but also potpourri and other non-candles, anything that could be berry themed, shirts, oven mitts with berries all over them, stuff like that. It's a very specialty shop, and I absolutely love it. I love the town. I love everything. And like I said, I'm sorry, number 5, which is the last book in the series, is Christmas themed. So I'm going to wait a little bit before I read it, but I cannot wait. I do want to say, I think that the berry basket is really underrated. It's definitely a hidden gem. It is fantastic. Next up, I read the first book in the Barbara Hollis Cozy Mystery series, The Happy Housekeeper's Guide to Murder. This was on my 25 to start in 2025. I gave this 3 cups of coffee. I don't know that I'm set on this series. I want to love this series because the covers on this are absolutely amazing. And I love the time period, but I did not love our main character. Our main character, Barbara, of course, Barbara Hollis, so her brother is now a widow, and he needs help with his 2 sons. He is the sheriff, or he's a cop in town where he lives. And so Barbara's going to come and move in with him, but Barbara's never been the mothering type. She's never been the housekeeping type. She's never been the cooking type. And so she's kind of trying to all learn that, but she's very resentful of it, and which I understand, but to me, it was like, then I just would have said, like, this isn't something that I can do, instead of doing it, but then having the constant resentment of it. I just don't know that I loved her as a character. I will read number 2 to see how that is, because like I said, I really want to love this series, and I love the premise of it. Next up is number 2 in the Herdmans series. So if you remember the Herdmans from The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, this is The Best School Year Ever right here. And you're just seeing the Herdmans in action all over again. I love it. This is by Barbara Robinson. I don't think I had read the other 2 because I think there's one more, and I don't think I had read them at all. I had read The Best Christmas Pageant several times as a kid. Absolutely love it, but I had not gone any further. And so I just had a blast with this one. And the last one that I want to tell you about, again, is another kid's book from the Babysitter's Club. The Babysitter's Club was my jam as a kid. If there was one series above any other that I was absolutely 100% obsessed with, it was the Babysitter's Club. When Kevy and I met, I had a storage unit for books, and I had tubs of just Babysitter Club books, honestly. He can tell you all about it, and he will. Claudia and Mean Janine right here. I think this is number 8, and I am just going through them as I feel like I need to revisit with the girls. Oh, it's number 7. Claudia and Mean Janine is number 7. I am going to read them in publication order, meaning I'm going to read them when they came out. So I think that like in between number 11 and number 12 of the Babysitter's Club is this one of the super mysteries. So, because, there were some specials that came along. And so I'm going to read them in that order, which I definitely probably did not do as a kid. Maybe I did, because I read them as soon as they came out. So I guess maybe I did. I can't wait. This is by Ann M. Martin. I love the Babysitter's Club with my whole heart. That's all I can say about it. All right, everyone. Let me know what your favorites of the month were. My favorites of the month were Claws of Death and, of course, the Babysitter's Club. I mean, that's more for nostalgia, but Claws of Death was my favorite cozy mystery of the month. I absolutely loved it. I can't thank Cation enough for recommending it. Give me a big thumbs up for this video, and until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everybody!